What's good, sports fans? Are you ready to elevate your live entertainment experience? Well, let me introduce you to SeatGeek, an amazing platform that connects you to your favorite events while saving you money. With SeatGeek, you can easily find tickets for sports games, concerts, and so much more, all in one place. The interface is user-friendly, making it simple to browse and compare prices. And one of the best features is the interactive seating chart. You can see exactly where you'll be sitting and how much you'll be spending, ensuring you get the best value for your money. But here's the best part. Check this out. By using my promo code, ChalkItUpSports, you can enjoy a one-time $20 discount on your first SeatGeek order. That's right, $20 off your first SeatGeek order. Imagine catching that thrilling game or concert without breaking the bank. It's a win-win situation. Plus, you'll be a part of a community of fans who eat, sleep, and breathe live events just as much as you do. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description to download the SeatGeek app today. And don't forget to use my promo code ChalkItUpSports for a one-time $20 discount on your first SeatGeek order. Get excited. Now let's get back to the show. Yeah. What's good? This is your boy, Tone DeShields II. You guys are locked in on your dose of Chalk It Up Sports via the Chalk It Up Network, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. As you guys already know, make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you guys stay engaged in the live chat. Couldn't be more grateful for my position. Couldn't be more grateful for my role in this thing. Couldn't be more grateful to be a two-time Super Bowl champion with you guys. Man, oh man. You know, sometimes it's always important to stop and smell the roses. Sometimes you get too caught up in the nonsense and you can forget exactly where you are, where you stand, who you be. You feel what I'm saying? And we have some things to get into. And I didn't think I was going to go live and talk about this, but I felt like there were some things that I wanted to get off my chest, some things that I wanted to talk directly to you guys about. Some of you guys may be in the loop. Some of you guys may not be in the loop. But we're going to talk about it. And as you guys can see from the thumbnail, there was some sort of kerfuffle or there was a firestorm that took place on Twitter today by way of Darius Slay, CJ, GJ, AJ Brown got in on the action, the Eagles fan base. It was just a lot today. Today was a lot. And again, I wanted to talk directly to you guys so you guys can know exactly where I stand, what my opinion is on everything. I also want to get you guys' opinions on everything because I feel like a lot of us had an out-of-body experience today. And speaking for myself, you know, I've tried to pride myself on being very disciplined in terms of what bothers me and what doesn't. And what I mean by that is I feel like in today's day and age, especially in the social media era, there's a lot of information and misinformation, and there's a lot of opinions, and there's a lot of things that happens on social media that's designed to bring the worst out of us. It's designed to make us react and have this visceral reaction, this visceral feeling. It's designed to make you outraged about every little thing. So I've been trying to be honest with myself and ask myself before I have an opinion about anything, do I really care? Does this really bother me? Right? Because I'm never really outraged about anything, but things bother me. And I ask myself, is this worth speaking about? Is this situation worth giving my opinion about? Right? I'm pretty sure you guys can vouch for yourselves, right? There's so many things you probably see that's designed to get you to react negatively or react in any kind of way. Social media has programmed us to believe that we should care about everything. And the reality is, it's impossible to care about everything. And quite frankly, it's not healthy to care about everything. So I've been trying to filter out, what do I really care about? What don't I really care about? Do I really have an opinion about this topic? Or am I just being convinced to have an opinion? Am I really outraged? Am I really angry about this? Did this really bother me? I've been significantly more disciplined these days about how I handle social media. But today, I did get bothered. Today, I did get bothered. And I spoke about it on social media. Did I crash out a little bit? Of course. We all did. But the thing is, I'm not going to necessarily apologize for my words today on social media because I don't think I said anything foul or out of line. I think I was just speaking my piece and being a little bit more fair-minded about everything and just acknowledging my observations. But let's get into it. Let's not speak around the subject. Today, clips of Darius Slay was circulating. He appeared on the Pick a Side podcast, a very popular podcast. I watch their content. I think they do really good work, right? Do I agree with everything they say? No, but I think it's compelling content. And I think they have like 4 hosts or 5 hosts, something like that. Sometimes they rotate a little bit, but very good content. The Pick a Side podcast, very good content. And they had Darius Slay on as a guest. I think it was yesterday or something like that, or maybe the interview came out today. I can't remember exactly when it came out. It came out over the past couple of days. And they asked Darius Slay a plethora of questions, right? And frankly, it wasn't a visceral interview. It was a rather softball interview, right? It was they had a good time. But there were certain things that Darius Slay said on said podcast that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. He said a few things, but I'm only going to address the things that were relevant. They asked him, who would you pick? I believe, right? Was it I can't remember exactly, but they basically asked him, who would you rather have, or who would you pick? Prime OBJ or Devontae Smith, right? And he ultimately picked Prime OBJ, right? I didn't really care about that. Even though I didn't like it, I didn't really care about it. I didn't care about it. What really caught my attention was the comments that were made regarding his top 4 or top 5 quarterbacks. And when it came to the top 4 guys, typically people mention Mahomes, Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, right? He considered those his elite guys, but he didn't include Jalen Hurts in that elite group, right? He didn't. And I had a problem with that. Is that something to really be up in arms about? It's his opinion, right? But at the same time, I'm of the mindset that when somebody on my squad, when somebody is my guy, I'm picking them over anybody. I don't care what the conversation is. I don't care how biased I sound. I don't. I was watching a clip from Kyle Hamilton on the Green Light podcast, and I think Chris Long asked Kyle Hamilton, hey, who's the shiftiest guy? Who's the hardest guy to tackle for you? You know what he said first? He said, well, I got to go with my man, Zay Flowers. Obviously, I don't play against him. He's on my team, but in practice, Zay Flowers is one of the hardest guys to bring down. He's one of the hardest guys to get hands on. He started with his own guy. He gave his own guy Flowers first. And then he took it a step further and said, but as far as other teams go, I'm going to go Saquon. And he went on to speak on how Saquon is a hard guy to deal with. But he gave his own guy his flowers first, right? He said that guy is the hardest guy to deal with. So my mindset is, me personally, you've played with a two-time Pro Bowl quarterback, an all-pro quarterback, a Burt Bell award-winning quarterback, a Super Bowl champion quarterback, a Super Bowl MVP quarterback, a quarterback that's outdueled Patrick Mahomes on 2 separate occasions, a quarterback that's 2-1 against Patrick Mahomes, a quarterback that's undefeated against Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson, respectively. So I have a hard time understanding why Darius Slay wouldn't put his own quarterback in that category. Granted, Slay is a free agent right now. But I have a hard time believing that how can you not put Jalen Hurts in that top 5, top 4 category, that elite category, the guys that get it done. The guys who supposedly get it done on the biggest stage. As far as I'm concerned, there's only 2 guys in that group, maybe 3, that can get it done on the biggest stage. That's Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, and Joe Burrow is a possible. But primarily, Mahomes and Jalen Hurts are the guys who can get it done on the biggest stage. Josh Allen has not. Lamar Jackson has not. So it kind of rubbed me the wrong way because Jalen Hurts has never really gotten a fair shot in media circles. His game has always been critiqued and nitpicked. So whenever I feel like someone has an opportunity to give Jalen Hurts his flowers the real way and put him in that category of the elite guys, and they don't do it, it bothers me a little bit. I can't lie about that. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It bothers me a little bit. Should it bother me? No. Because at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? This is me being honest. This is me being vulnerable with you guys. Should it bother me? No, it shouldn't. But it did. So I spoke on it. There are so many things that bother us. Should it really? Probably not. Do we end up speaking on it? Hell yeah. You know what I mean? So that was the first thing. That was one of the first things I saw that bothered me about Darius Slay and his comments. There was something else on his own podcast where he spoke about the next crop of leaders. The leader, the new leader on the Eagles now that he's gone, because Darius Slay was a captain. He spoke about how he looks at Reed Blankenship as the new leader of that defense or the next up and coming leader of the defense. And he failed to mention CJGJ in any kind of way. He failed to do that. And that's another thing that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Should it have? Maybe not. Is it a big deal in the grand scheme of life? No. But at the same time, why don't you look at CJGJ as a leader on that defense when, let's be honest about this, when CJGJ was on that defense, we went to the Super Bowl. We had heart. We had grit. When CJGJ wasn't on that defense and Slay was the quote-unquote leader in 2023, that defense couldn't turn itself around. That defense was a dumpster fire after CJGJ left. He comes back, we're a number 1 defense, brought that fire back, brought that heart back, brought that swag back. I'm trying to understand how CJGJ isn't looked at as a leader, Mr. Slay. At least in your eyes. Should I really care what he's saying? Darius Slay is a free agent now. Should I really care what he's saying? No. But I did. I did. Because here's the reality. Here's the reality. And this is just me making an observation. This is me just talking about the facts, right? And, full transparency, I know CJGJ can be a very vocal guy, a very passionate guy, an emotional guy who wears his heart on his sleeve. Don't get it twisted. CJGJ can be a little bit of a nuisance in some people's eyes, right? He was voted the most annoying player in football. He was. I can imagine CJGJ may not be the most easiest person to have on your team because of just what he brings. But that same thing people kill him for, it's the superpower. That same thing people want to give him hell for and call him annoying for, it's what ignites the fire in the defense. Because he has unwavering belief in his guys. And CJGJ had a come to Jesus moment. When he got ejected from that Commanders game, he knew from that point forward, he cannot be a liability on this defense. And he took his leadership to another level. So, although CJGJ has little quirks about his leadership style, it works. Because we didn't have nobody with heart in 2023. We didn't have nobody with swag in 2023. We didn't have nobody with the juice, the energy, the passion, the gravitas on that defense in 2023. Let's just call it what it is. And I promise you, this is not me trying to take shots at Darius Slay. I actually have respect for Darius Slay. Do I have my own do I have opinions about how he handled his exit with the comments on his own podcast and the comments he made on the Pick a Side podcast? Do I have my own opinions about how he did that? In my opinion, should he have handled those situations differently? Sure. Do I really need to care? Probably not. But I don't want things to get misconstrued here. I'm here to clear the air. I'm here to set my position straight. My position. No confusion. The uncut truth. My truth. Darius Slay, multiple-time Pro Bowler with the Philadelphia Eagles. He was an All-Pro. Darius Slay, team captain, Super Bowl champion. Darius Slay stabilized a very turbulent cornerback room. Before Darius Slay got there, our cornerback room was in shambles. We was trying to trade for Darius Slay for 2 seasons, and we finally got him in the building. And Darius Slay has given the Philadelphia Eagles, has given us fans nothing more than phenomenal cornerback play, stable cornerback play. I have no problem giving Darius Slay his flowers. I have no problem giving big play Slay his flowers because he stabilized the room that needed life. He was here from the beginning when we was trying to grind this shit out. Some people are completely done with Darius Slay. Today I tweeted, you know what? I think I'm off Darius Slay because he really bothered me earlier. He did. Would you consider that to be a crash out? Maybe. But quite frankly, and it's crazy because I was of the mindset, hey, we should try to get Darius Slay back here on a cheaper deal. We should try to get Darius Slay back here on a deal that makes sense for both sides because I think he still has a lot left in the tank. He came off one of his best years. I felt like Darius Slay still had unfinished business. But now that we're removed from it, maybe it's time Darius Slay goes his way and the Eagles go their way. And again, this isn't a stream to bash Darius Slay. I'm not here to disrespect that man. I'm not here to call him out his name. I'm not here to do nothing like that. Because at the end of the day, I'm a man first. And at the end of the day, he a man first. And respect is respect, regardless if you agree or disagree. Respect is respect. That's how I was raised. Every now and again, I step out of pocket, but I reel it back in. And I hold myself accountable. But regardless of said respect, I did not like Darius Slay's comments regarding how he views leadership in the DB room. I did not like his comments regarding his elite quarterback group. I didn't like it. It bothered me. It bothered me. That's just my opinion. I'm sorry. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. I don't ask for you guys to agree with me. I simply ask that you say, you know what? I hear you, Tone. I don't see it exactly your way, but I hear what you're saying. Some of you guys are completely done with Slay. Some of you guys don't care at all. Some of you guys look at it as Tone. It's his opinion. Like, why do we care? Right? And I can respect that. I can respect both positions. I have the presence of mind. I have the self-awareness to say, you know what? I know I shouldn't care this much about this, but I do. And then AJ, thank you for reminding me. Ray Bailey. Then AJ jumped in it, basically saying, you know, man, the Eagles community messy as hell, right? And although my mindset is, hey, AJ, technically this ain't got nothing really to do with you. Your hands was clean in this situation. You didn't really have to insert yourself in the situation, but you did. So you know people going to take their pot shots at you. Some Eagles fans already got a funny feeling about AJ Brown. Not me though. I stand 10 toes down with AJ Brown. But I also feel like AJ, you didn't have to say this. You didn't have to put yourself in this today. He said the Eagles community is messy. And often we stir up trouble and we like to blame it on the media when in reality, we're the source of the drama. And I don't fully agree with that. Do I agree that our community can be a little messy? Absolutely. I do agree with that part. We can definitely be a little messy. I can speak for myself. I can be a little messy. I do agree with that side of the sentiment, but I don't agree with the notion that Eagles Twitter, the Eagles community just creates drama and all of a sudden the media just latches onto it and then we pretend like we don't know where it came from. I don't agree with that wholeheartedly. I don't. Because there are times where we ride for y'all. We ride for y'all. When they talk down on y'all, we ride for y'all. When they try to call AJ Brown a diva, we ride for you. When they try to say Jalen Hurts ain't that guy, we ride for him. When they tried to say Saquon was washed, we rode for him. When they tried to say Devontae Smith was too small, we rode for him. When they tried to say Cam Jurgens couldn't fill in for Jason Kelsey, we rode for him. When they tried to say Jordan Mailata would never be a franchise left tackle, we rode for him. When they tried to say Mekhi Becton couldn't do it, he was a bust, we rode for him. When they tried to say Darius Slay was too old, we rode for him. When they tried to say CJ is a locker room cancer or a distraction, we rode for him. When they tried to say you can't win a Super Bowl with two rookie DBs and Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean, we rode for them. When they tried to say BG is too old, we rode for him. So I'm sorry. I disagree with the notion that the Eagles community creates drama, and then we act like we don't know where it came from. Some of that stuff, we got to defend it. Some of that stuff we try to clean up because it came from somewhere else. I got nothing but love for AJ Brown. I don't want AJ Brown to go nowhere. AJ Brown will go down as the best Eagles wide receiver in Eagles history. That's a fact. That's not conjecture. That's the fact. So far, he's had the best Eagles career at the wide receiver position thus far. That's a fact. The All Pros, the Pro Bowls, the Super Bowl ring, the stats, the dominance, the swag, the impact on winning, the leadership. Yeah. You got some people who want to trade A.J. Brown. Fuck out of here. Trade A.J. Brown for who? Trade A.J. Brown for who? Sorry. I'm still rocking with A.J. Brown. It's some people that want to move on from him. Nah, not me. Not me. It's some people that can't stand the A.J. Brown antics or the A.J. Brown comments sometimes. Hey, do I agree with everything A.J. Brown say most of the time? Sometimes, no. Do I feel like some people blow what A.J. Brown says out of proportion? Yeah. But guess what? I'm rolling with AJ. Ain't no other receiver I want in this game. But AJ, today ain't had nothing to do with you. It didn't. It didn't. And I say that respectfully. I say that with love. I say that with the utmost regard for what you stand for as a man, as a player, as a member of the Philadelphia Eagles. I got nothing but respect for these guys. But just because I disagree doesn't mean it's hate in my heart. The reality is 9 times out of 10, Darius Slay will not be coming back. And the Philadelphia Eagles are going to have to figure out what their long-term answer is going to be for the cornerback position opposite of Quinyon Mitchell. And again, if you guys are just joining the live stream, thank you guys for being here. Make sure you guys smash that like button. If you're new to the content, new to the show, new to the channel, I'm your humble host, Tone DeShields II. You guys are tuned in to Chalk It Up Sports via the Chalk It Up Network, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Once again, make sure you guys smash that like button. We got over 230 people tuned into the live stream. We only got 72 likes. The math is not mathing. Let me get to this one super chat real quick. Jay Sid, what's going on? He says, CJ, 6 interceptions in the 2022 season and the 2024 season. Timely big hits, baller. Peace to Slay. This is not worth your time, player. You're probably right. 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 But CJ GJ, as a Philadelphia Eagle, he's been nothing but productive. He's been a vocal leader. Has he made his mistakes? Sure. Has he been unorthodox? Sure did, or sure has been. But I think CJ GJ, once he got ejected from that Commanders game, he realized the kind of leader he needed to be. He realized I can't keep doing this the way I've been doing it. If I'm going to take my game to the next level, if I'm going to take my leadership to the next level, if I'm going to be somebody on this defense that my players can rely on, I got to be able to reel it in. I got to be able to have controlled chaos. Controlled chaos. That's what CJ GJ became after that ejection. Controlled chaos. He came back with the vengeance. A 2-interception game. Pick 6. Yeah. CJ turned it up after that. His play went up a notch. So, again, I don't want CJ GJ to ever apologize for who he is. And also, I'm going to give Darius Slay his flowers despite me not being a fan of what he said over the past few days. Because I respect the man, I respect the game, I respect the blood, sweat, equity that he put in with this team. I respect him putting his body on the line. At the end of the day, I'm a professional. And regardless if I may have my own opinions about certain things, I got to respect the game. I got to respect the game. Darius Slay is going to go down as a top 5 corner of all time. I'm not going to sit here and debate if he's number 1 or number 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. I'm not going to do that right now. But Darius Slay is going to go down as a top 5 Eagles corner of all time. He will. He will go down as a top 5 Eagles corner of all time. He will. I wouldn't be surprised if Darius Slay made the Eagles Hall of Fame. I wouldn't be surprised if Darius Slay decides to sign a one-day contract and retire as a Philadelphia Eagle. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't. So again, I'm not going to harp on it. It is what it is. I just wanted to set the record straight for you guys, and I can't wait to talk about this with my link-up family. I can't wait to talk about this with Simone Stanley and Laura Brunson because trust me, they got a lot of opinions. We was in a group chat today talking about it. They got a lot of opinions, a lot. We agreed, we disagreed, you know. Again, I'm the type of guy, if we rolling together, I'm picking you over anybody. I'm picking you over anybody. I don't care what they think I should say. I don't care what the popular opinion is or not. If I play for the Philadelphia Eagles and they say, hey, Tone, who your top 5 wide receivers? I'm going to say A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and A.J. Brown. Sorry. If I play for the Philadelphia Eagles and they say, Tone, who do you think is the most clutch quarterback in football? Oh, Jalen Hurts, no doubt. How can you say no? The wins, the championship, the Super Bowl MVP, the All-Pro, the Pro Bowl. How can you say not clutch? If they say, Tone, who's in your top 4 quarterbacks? Who's your top 5? I'm picking, Jalen Hurts is in there. Oh, yeah, he in there. For sure. If they say, yo, Tone, who do you think is the hardest person to tackle in football? I'm going to say, ooh, I got to go AJ. I got to go Saquon. You know, I may throw another player in there from a different team. If me and you outside and I'm in a situation, I know who my rider is. If you in a situation, you know I'm your rider. You know I'm your dog. Call me cliche. We ride together, we die together. Bad boys for life. You feel me? I don't know, man. Like, it was so funny. Like, Kyle Hamilton was on the Greenlight podcast today, or the episode dropped today. Chris Long asked him, who's the hardest guy to tackle for you? He said Zay Flowers. I was like, that's how you ride for your guy. That's how you give your guy his flowers before you mention anybody else's name. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm loyal to a fault. I don't know. And Fanny, you may be right. Maybe he really didn't mean no disrespect. And the thing about Darius Slay is I never feel like he really means to be disrespectful. At least I don't think so. I don't know. I feel like he really don't be meaning ill will. I would like to think that. Because Darius Slay in the post game of the Super Bowl, he mentioned how he told Jalen Hurts, "Yo, you next up, King. This gonna be your team." Darius Slay was transparent about that. How he told Jalen Hurts, "Hey, yo, this really your team. This gonna be your team. Watch." He said that while Carson was still on the roster. He said Slay. He said Hurts. He told that to Hurts clearly. So again, I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm trying to. And I want to. So I'm not going to be, I'm not going. Sweet Chin Music has an interesting perspective here, a very interesting perspective. He says, when it comes to stuff like this, I keep it simple. As long as it doesn't affect their play on the field, I don't care. You know what, Sweet Chin? I'm not even mad at that. I'm not mad at you for feeling that way. I really don't blame you. I don't blame you for feeling that way. I swear I don't blame you. Because I understand both sides of the coin. There's some people who don't give a fuck about none of this stuff. And they say, you know what? Look, all I care about is football. Say what you want, do what you want, show up on Sunday. It's people that think like that, right? And for the most part, I feel that way about AJ Brown. It's a lot of people that don't like what AJ Brown be saying sometimes. And I'm always like, hey, listen, I don't care. Unless he committed a crime, I don't care. AJ Brown is that ball. He ain't commit no crime. I don't care what AJ Brown say. I'm cool because I know he's gonna show up on Sunday. But that Darius Slay stuff just kind of got to me. It got to me a little bit. Grunge Smurf says, love this channel in the link up. Where did you get that hoodie? Yo, honestly, my wife got it for me. My wife got it for me from like a vendor at the Eagles parade. So it's I can't even tell you like specifically, man. Like there's no website or nothing like that. You know, in Philly, during the parade, they had all the vendors selling stuff, and my wife got this for me. So, this kind of like a one-off or a one-on-one, I guess. Thank you, Grunt Smurf, for your kind words. Dave Vaughn, aka Schoolboy Beats, says, I mean, Slate isn't the brightest bulb in the pack. Oh man. I didn't slay that. I said Slay. I didn't say that, Slay. Davon said that. Oh man, that's funny. Davon, that's funny as hell, bro. I can't lie. Thank you for the super chat, bro. I appreciate that. But yeah, on another note, yeah, I'm tired of seeing AJ Brown's name in trade discussions. I hate it. Because my thing is, AJ Brown has a direct impact on winning. Why would you trade your quarterback's number one target away? Why would you do that? That's idiotic. That's stupid. Whoever is even pushing that narrative, I don't care what platform you work for. I don't care if it's WIP, The Fanatic, if you work in Boston or Connecticut or Rhode Island or New England. I don't care where you work at. If you're national media, if you're pushing an AJ Brown trade, if you're pushing an AJ Brown trade narrative, fuck off. Why would you trade your most impactful player outside of Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts away? Why would you trade away your number one weapon? That's stupid. That's stupid. That's stupid. AJ Brown is arguably one of the most dominant forces at the receiver position. Why would you trade him away? The Eagles just gave him $32 million. They just gave him money. It's like near impossible to trade AJ Brown right now. That dead cap hit would be insane. It would be insane to trade AJ Brown. So I'm tired of that narrative. It's idiotic, it's lazy, it's stupid, It's clickbaity. You come off like you're desperate for likes. You come off like you're desperate for clicks. You come off like you're desperate for views. Don't get me wrong. We're all in this content game. We all want views, but damn, you can't be desperate when you just talking dumb shit. Trade AJ Brown. I'm not that's not I'm not for that. I'm not for that. That's not my position whatsoever. I'm good. Some people, I know some people that's tired of him, but they know that man could ball. Not me. I'm good. I'm good. I like AJ. Anthony Wilson says Slay foul and AJ didn't have to insert himself. Yeah, man, I agree with that. I agree. AJ definitely didn't have to put himself in the mix. And Slay, I didn't like what he said either. That's just me being honest. Antoine Williams says Slay. Antoine Williams with the super chat says Slay kind of slow for real. Y'all listen to him speak, laughing my ass off. Y'all crazy, man. Y'all crazy as hell. Thank you for the super chat, Antoine. Green Wingman says we are firmly attached to our athletes emotionally to the point that our opinions, especially House, we take it personally. Yeah. Yeah, man. We do. We do. We do. And it's funny. AJ Brown be saying certain things, and some people can't stand it, right? And it don't really bother me like that. But that Darius Slay stuff got under my skin. Isn't it crazy? And also another thing, right? I think as Eagles fans, we have to do a little bit better and be more disciplined as consumers. This is what I mean by this. We always talk about how no one likes us and we don't care. But the moment we hear somebody say something crazy, we care. We care. We do care. We actually do care. We do care. Because we've been shit on for so long. And it's like I feel like we're like abused people. We've been abused for so long. We don't know how to handle love sometimes. We've been abused for so long. And I just think that we're so paranoid. I think we're paranoid. Am I wrong when I say that? I really need to get your thoughts on this. As a fan base, there's the paranoia that exists. We don't want to let go of the underdog mentality. We don't want to let it go. We thrive on being hated. We thrive on not being liked. We feed into it. It's like a beast that we just keep feeding and feeding and feeding. AJ Brown was on he was on millions of dollars worth of game. And I think Gilly was talking about, being underdogs, and AJ was like, listen, we done been to 2 Super Bowls. We won 1 NFC championships. We win double-digit games every year. We in the playoffs every year. We not underdogs. Like, I had to really think about that. Like we really thrive off of we really thrive off of like that hate and that energy. And when people talk shit, we want to take their head off. And I ain't even mad at it. I ain't mad at it. We a gritty city. We a blue-collar city. I'm born and raised in Philly, 23rd and Diamond, 23rd and Dolphin, Raymond Rosen Projects, PHA, baby. By way of 33rd and York, by way of Arizona Street. So my city is gritty. And we real quick to snap back when we hear something we don't like. We real quick to snap on anybody who say something foul because we feel like we earned our respect. We feel like we earned our respect. We've been down for so long, we earned our respect. We took our lumps. And you got the nerve to talk shit about us? That's why we act the way we act. That's how we act. That's why we are the way we are. Because we took our lumps for years. We took our lumps for decades. We took our lumps for damn near a century. And we finally got our Super Bowls. We got a winning culture. And you want to talk down on us? That's why we talk the way we talk. That's why we move the way we move. That's why we react the way we react. Because this shit is in us. So I understand when AJ Brown says, well, how are we underdogs? But AJ, with all due respect, brother, you only been here for about 4 years, 5 years. We've been living this shit for decades. My father been living this shit for decades. My grandfathers, my grandparents, my aunts and uncles, my ancestors. I'm blessed to live in an era of dominance from the Philadelphia Eagles. I think that's why it's so hard. I think that's why it's so hard for us to accept any kind of disrespect. That's why it's so hard and difficult for us to take any criticism or anything we deem as a slight. We jumping out the window. Because we've been slighted for years. I've seen people on Twitter calling our fan base nauseating, disgusting, toxic. And guess what? They don't know a damn thing about it because they ain't been here. They ain't been through the mud. So I'm sorry. Everybody's opinion don't fucking matter when it come to my city. And everybody's opinion don't matter when it come to the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm sorry. I live for this shit. This is my moneymaker. This is my passion. I make a commitment every day to give y'all the real, to give y'all my unadulterated energy. I will not turn it down. I will not calm down. This is me. This is in my blood. This is where I come from. Let me get to some of these super chats real quick. My man Warv, he says, how are we messy? He said, how are we messy, AJ, when players arguing on the TL? I think two things can be true. I don't think it's an either or thing. Sometimes we can be a little messy. It's the truth, though. It's the truth. Sometimes we can be a little messy. Sometimes we can. We can sometimes. But we don't, but AJ, we don't want to hear that from you right now, with all due respect. We don't want to hear that from you right now, with all due respect. Thank you for the super chat, War. We definitely a little messy. It's the truth. We're a little messy. We're a little messy. But guess what? This is what happens when you've been kicked in the dirt for so damn long. You get a little messy. Sometimes your forces get scuffed. Sometimes you get stains on your shirt. When you've been kicked down in the dirt for so long, when you've been fighting for football relevance for so long, sometimes you get a little dirty. Sometimes you get a little messy. This is a blue collar city we talking about. People that grind and don't get no kind of reward for it. People that grind that don't get no kind of love for it, no kind of respect. But we champions now. 2-time Super Bowl champions now. I ask you guys, is it time we start moving like champions? Or we still got to move like we're getting out the mud? Let me know. Let me know. Is it time we start moving a little bit more like royalty? Or do we still move like brutes? Like we still on the front lines with our sword and shield? I ask you guys this question because I'm of the mindset, although we are champions, I never want to forget where I came from. Although we are champions, I never want to forget how bad it used to be. Although we are champions, I never want to get too fat off my success. And although we are champions, I never, ever want to forget what the grind looks like. Bo 1990 said, keep it gully. KGK said, we ain't did shit yet. I'm still hungry. Sweet Chin Music says, move like a king, but never forget where you came from. Pat Ryan says, time to act like we belong at the top. Still keep that cocky confidence, though. Tiffany says, I say we need to move like champions, but also keep some respect in our name. Ian Blackwell Sr. says, the question is, do we know how to move that way? I like the grind mentality. Keeps us sharp and on our toes. Leo Bridgewater says, we are the destination organization for players who want a legit shot at getting a ring. We are the class of the NFL due to our front office and how we take care of our own. Brian Stetcher says, Jalen Hurts will get his contract restructured because he's all about the team's success. Monty says, we are what we are. Bo 1990 says, hungry dogs run faster. Arthur McQueen says, the QB1, Jalen Hurts, always got to catch strays. Tell me one time he said anything bad about any of these players. Shaking my head. Man, oh man. So again, before we get out of here, I want to make sure my position is very, very clear. I want to make sure my position is understood. There's no confusion. Do I have respect for Darius Slay? Yes, I do. Do I respect everything he brought to this city? Yes, I do. Do I respect his family and everything they meant to the culture of the Eagles fan base? Yes, I do. Do I respect his wife's bread pudding? Yes, I do. Or banana pudding? Yes, I do. Will he always be a legend in this city? Yes, he will. Does he piss me off sometimes? Yes, he does. Do I always agree with him? Hell no. Comes with the shit. Comes with the shit. Green Wingman with the super chat. He says, a slight change in topic. When are you doing the alternate channel on movies and games? So I've been working on building that. I've been working on that. I've been trying to build that little by little. The sports content has definitely been like at the forefront. I can't lie, bro. But it's definitely something that I've been working on. Just trying to figure out, the direction and things like that. Like I have all my concepts together, my artwork, and I got a lot of stuff done already. It's just a matter of executing. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of executing. That's all it is. Thank you, Green Wingman, for holding me accountable for that. I appreciate you. And again, you guys, I don't want this live stream to be confused for like a Darius Slay bashing session, because it wasn't. If anybody really saw this stream in its entirety, this wasn't a Darius Slay bashing session at all. This wasn't an AJ Brown bashing session. This was me showing reverence, showing respect, acknowledging that I have a different opinion. I disagree with certain things he said. I had a problem with certain things he said, but ultimately, it really probably shouldn't bother me. It's certain things that really shouldn't getting under your skin the way it does, right? Everything doesn't require a response. Everything doesn't require energy to be given to it. Some things are what they are, and it's no need to really feed into the nonsense. Sometimes I could be a victim of it. But above all else, despite me having a real problem with what he said regarding, or what he didn't say regarding Jalen Hurts and CJGJ, you know, it is what it is, and I'm willing to move on. But I'm definitely looking forward to having this conversation with my family from the link up. Simone Stanley, Lord Brunson, can't wait to talk to them. You know what's so funny? I'm so loyal. I'm such a rider. Like, if somebody asks me, hey, yo, who's your top 5 Eagles content creators right now? You know what I'm gonna say? They say, hey, Tone, who's your top 5 Eagles content creators? You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say Lord Brunson, Simone Stanley, Coach Marcus from Pro Fan Talk, me, and me. That's how I'm carrying it. That's how I move. And guess what? It's no disrespect to nobody else. I got a lot of respect for other content creators. Got a lot of love for them too. I watch their content. They're amazing. They do amazing things. I mean that. But I work with these people. I'm getting money with these people. Sorry. Sorry. Hey, Tone, who your top 5 Eagles content creators? Lord Brunson, Simone Stanley, Pro Fan Talk, me, and me. Oh, man. And I mean no disrespect, because the people I've worked with in this game, they know I got respect for them. Seriously. I got respect for a lot of people that came on this channel, helped me out. You know what I mean? I got a podcast with LB and Simone Stanley. I got a weekly show I do with my man Pro Fan Talk. You know what I mean? You build that chemistry. You build that camaraderie. I'm with the gang. I got a lot of respect for everybody. Trust me. Trust me. It's so many dope content creators that's getting it out here. And I love what they do. Love it. But I'm a team player. I'm a team player. That's all it is. Before we get out of here, make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. I'm eternally grateful for all the support you guys have provided to the channel. I'm eternally grateful for you guys supporting me and allowing me to be me and understanding what I provide to the game, my approach to this thing. You know, sometimes my style can be a little bit abrasive. Sometimes my style can rub people the wrong way. A lot of people can't really get jiggy with my style. I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that, but I appreciate you guys who always support the kid. All of you guys who always lock in every live stream, watch all the clips, all the shorts. You guys that tune into the link up. I know my style can be a little, can be a little, can be a little gritty, can be a little loud, can be a little brash. But it's me. And I can't apologize for it. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. I've been your humble host, Tone DeShields II. You guys have been tuned in to an electric edition of Chalk It Up Sports via the Chalk It Up Network, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game.